welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode...
Do we want to sync?
Oh, we didn't synchronize.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't synchronize.
Again. What the fuck is wrong with me? Right. So I actually uploaded a video, and again, I forgot to synchronize it.
Oh.
And it wasn't a webcam video. It was a gameplay and voice video.
Oh, one of your videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
The last one that just went up total. So, but I managed to do it because it wasn't that difficult. I don't know why. I just keep forgetting to synchronize these days. I don't know why.
I almost forgot today because I've been using OBS to record them both. And then because the new OBS can do it a lot better than the old one can. But I didn't do it today. And so I used Audacity. So I almost forgot to sync because I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah. Not sure what's wrong with me.
I just found out one of my videos, like, I guess when I did the mastering, you know, where it loads into an actual video from my video editor, I guess I didn't, like, make the right loop region, and so it only saved, like, half of the video. I don't even know how I did it. And so, somehow, thankfully, I didn't get that many views on it for some reason, and so I didn't have the embarrassing thing of people are like, what's wrong with this video? So, I took it down. I'm gonna re-upload it tomorrow.
Which video was that?
One of my traffic musings, the one that I uploaded for today, actually. It was just super weird. It was actually kind of funny because, like, I noticed too. I was like, I didn't get that many views on it compared to the one I uploaded yesterday. And I don't know if the people just knew something was wrong with it or what have you. It was just really funny, but oh well.
Yeah. So this is episode 67. We can finally say the episode now because we synchronized. This is episode 67 of the playonultra podcast, and we're back this week. Let me start with my week first because I had a really shitty week, and I prefer to end this part of the podcast on a higher note. So my PC exploded in my face. Not literally, but the power supply is broken. Because I did something dumb. Basically, I was rendering a video, and for some reason, because of habit or something, I reached to the power switch to turn it off for whatever reason while it was still rendering. Usually it's fine, but because my finger says to close, to turn it off, and my brain says to leave it on, so I went like ch-ch. I did a quick ch-ch.
So it didn't depress fully?
So it's sort of like did like a power surge. It short circuited the power supply. So the shop gave me the shop gave me a 450 whatever unit watt is it power supply as a replacement. I was using a 650 one, so I can't use my GPU. One of my RAM is dead because of the power supply. Luckily, my motherboard and everything is fine. I think. It should be fine. So, I have to wait a month. Or at least 3 weeks for the warranty claim to come because I don't want to spend money to buy something that I can just get replaced for free. So, yeah. I actually recorded Toadle's gameplay. The game Toadle is it's basically a clicking game. Sadly, it's not Frog Fractions 2. I don't think it is. And basically you collect coins to power up. You're a toad that you start eating, you grow bigger, and then you start eating bigger things like buildings and the sun and shit. Yeah, so it's a pretty weird game, but it's like $1 or something on Steam. And it just came out, so it's okay. So I needed to record Toadle's gameplay on my laptop. Because when I play a game now on my desktop, which I don't really do, but if I try to play a game, it uses the CPU's integrated graphics. So that plus OBS plus not having enough power plus only 4 gigs of RAM is like I can't really do shit. I can only do my work and watch YouTube videos. So yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So the most I can do with my desktop now is to record vlogs with my stupid face using my webcam. So that is all I can do. So yeah. Oh, and I got to finish Phoenix Wright because I can't really play anything else. I can only play my 3DS and shit. So Phoenix Wright Spirit.
I'm glad you finished it.
Yeah, Spirit of Justice. That was a thing. There are a couple of DLCs. One's coming out in a few days. I did not know that. It's an entirely new case for $6. And
Yeah.
there's also like 2 small what if style scenarios. That is
Yeah, I heard about
$4.
those.
One is for Apollo. One is for Phoenix Wright, and it also comes with a theme for your 3DS. So I guess it's pretty cool. That's $4 each.
I'm probably gonna get them.
Yeah, I'll probably get them too. So,
Let's be honest.
so yeah, Phoenix Wright was a thing. It was a pretty cool game. I think my favorite case from it, not gonna spoil anything, but my favorite case is probably case number 3. I felt case number 5 went on for a bit too long. Even for Phoenix Wright standards, it was a bit too long.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, was it as bad? Did you ever play the Miles Edgeworth
The
game?
first one.
Okay, did that last case is as bad as that?
I can't really remember. Can you remind me what the last case was about again?
The last case was when they're at the two ambassador. There's the 2 countries that are like against each other that were one country and they had to split up. And it's basically like 3 different crimes. Yeah, it was way too long. Like way too long. Was as long as that.
I can't remember. But it's pretty long.
I probably will know.
It's pretty-
I'll probably know the feeling. I just remember because I usually love the longer cases. Like I've never really felt Phoenix Wright games like been too long. I usually have fun with it, but that one I remember distinctly being way too long, and it was just poorly written case in general because they had too many loose ends they were trying to tie up together that were like 3 different crimes that were only distantly related. It didn't make a lot of sense. So hopefully they didn't pull that.
In the Miles Edgeworth one, does it like from courtroom and then you go into the investigation mode? Do you keep doing that?
There's really no court in the Miles Edgeworth game. It's just investigation. Cause,
right.
The important thing to understand. Yeah, the important thing to remember the Miles Edgeworth game, because it's called Ace Attorney Investigations. It was actually, the concept of the game was originally to star Gumshoe or Emma Skye. That was originally the concept. They chose Edgeworth because he was so popular. So that's why. So because they wanted to make like a point-and-click adventure game, which it was okay at that, but they made it star Edgeworth, and so that led to a lot of weird things. Like, it was a very pandering kind of game, which is why I was just kind of like, really, guys? Like, there was just a lot of fan pandering in it that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but it's pretty long. And I still think it's the weakest one. There's a lot of like technical issues that I didn't like as well. There was because they
really?
Yeah, they increased the animations and all that stuff for this game even more so than Dual Destinies. So there's a bit of a frame rate dip in a lot of the especially when there are multiple character models on screen. So that's really annoying.
That's too bad.
Maybe the new 3DS won't have that problem. I don't know, but
maybe, yeah, that's what I have, so hopefully not.
because the character models don't look that great. So I don't understand the frame rate drop. Maybe, I don't know. The character model that I disliked the most was actually Phoenix Wright. I feel his face, the details are kind of bland. Like every other character,
the same as
every other character just felt way better rendered. It just looks better. I just don't like the character models on a character model. The Phoenix Wright character model. I just didn't like it.
I only have played the first case so far, and I just started into the second case just because my week has just been like craziness for everything else. And I actually quite enjoyed the first case. So so for me, I think I'll probably be okay, but we'll see what happens.
I do like the new mechanic of that divination science.
Yes, I was about to say the insight. Insight is what,
thingies.
the insight thing. I did like that a lot, although I had a very difficult time. Like, I was stuck in the beginning, so I was like, what am I doing? I actually, like, kept making mistakes because I didn't understand, and I was like, because my rule is always, because I sometimes really suck at these games, so I'll be like, okay, I'll look up a walkthrough if I'm really, really stuck, if, like, I feel like I can't figure it out, but never for the first case. That's, like, my rule. I will never look up a walkthrough for the first case, no matter how stuck I get, which the only time that happened was, game number 3, the first case in game number 3, but it was a harder case, and so that wasn't too weird. But this one, like, I was legitimately like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Because there are
next.
multiple things. You have to match
there's so much.
the contradiction to the contradicting statement. and then there's like multiple like scenes to look for the control. Yeah, it's quite. But case 3, I think you'll like case 3. It's a very good case. I like case 3 a lot.
Yeah, I'm on case 2, and I don't want you to spoil it at all, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be really mad at case 2, but I'm not going to say why. I'll tell you once I finish it, and if my suspicions are correct. Just when I first started case, like, I've only started case 2. Basically, I got to the point that there's been an accusation and a murder. So, you gotta, talk to the defendant. But when I kind of saw, like, the beginning part, I was like, okay, either I'm going to be very happy with the outcome of this case, or I'm going to be really stinking mad. And again, I will tell you after, because I don't want you to tell me yet, because I don't want to be either pre-mad or shocked and surprised yet. But we'll see what happens. So yeah. I don't know. I'm quite I like the first case so far, but we'll see. I'm usually generally a lot nicer with these games because they're so dear to my heart that, like, even with some of the games that were okay, I'm still like, oh, but I love them so much. But yeah, they did these things really bad.
Yeah.
So that's all I really have to talk about, honestly, for what I did latest this week.
So I also played Pocket Card Jockey because why not? More solitaire and
Why not?
horse racing and breeding the horses that retired. That game.
Mm-hmm.
The music is really good in that game. Like, seriously. Yesterday I just played it and I managed to get into like this big time race, but I lost so badly because all the horses were like super high level. But it's like a big time race where you need to win like multiple trophies before you get to even enter the race. And the music in that one is so freaking epic. It sounds like a boss fight in a JRPG. It's really damn good. I don't understand. It's a freaking
so
solitaire horse racing game, with bloody good music.
I need to look this music up because I have a friend who he is studying to compose music for video games. He's quite good at the music he's done. I actually use his music in my show as
what
my
game has he done?
theme. He hasn't actually done like games. He just likes to compose game music. He's not actually
like
done
game
it yet.
style kind of music.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
the beginning,
He's really
the
good at, like, MIDI
battle,
style.
and like. Nice.
Yeah. He's really good at like MIDI style music and stuff like that. He's got a Bandcamp up. He's really good. Treadle, in case anyone wants to look him up. But he's like obsessed with like analyzing game music. So I gotta look this up and just see what he thinks because now
It's
I
on
have
YouTube.
to know.
Like the entire soundtrack is on YouTube.
All right.
There's a playlist.
I have to tell him. I won't tell him what the game is.
I was trying to look for the soundtrack CD just to see if there is such a thing, but there isn't. I don't think so. Maybe not yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. What else was part of my week? I started playing this game. It's a DS game, not a 3DS game. It's a DS game called Fossil Fighters. It's a so I'm playing the second one, I believe, Fossil Fighters Champions. So the 3DS also had one, but it wasn't that good. Basically, what Fossil Fighters is you go around digging fossils up of dinosaurs, and then you play a little mini game on your touchscreen where you have to break the rock apart and try not to break the fossil inside. And they use the fossil to revive dinosaurs, and you use the dinosaurs to battle.
Don't we have a bunch of movies about why this is a bad idea?
The game is not great. It's a 6 to 7 out of 10. But I'm really addicted to the breaking the fossil out of the rock part. Because I like... Do you guys know the subreddit called Oddly Satisfying?
I know of it.
I'm not surprised it exists.
Do you know what concept the subreddit is for? It's like oddly satisfying things, like things fitting in perfectly, shit. So I'm into that kind of shit. And when you get a perfect fossil from the rock, it feels so good. It's weird, but I think the game is worth it just for the fossil minigame. But the 3DS one is not as good, I heard. So that's why I got the DS one. Yeah. So if you're into oddly satisfying stuff, check out Fossil Fighters, I guess, because it's interactive, oddly satisfying, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
But the game is not great. It's very, I feel it's more like, you see Pokemon, you can say it's targeted to children, but it's like mostly adults playing it.
Yeah.
Fossil Fighters is targeted for children, and I think it's really for children. Because it's very non-complex, like the battles and stuff. It's just the freaking...
It sounds like...
I like hammering and drilling the freaking rock, that's all.
It sounds like a mobile
Yeah,
game.
it does.
It sounds like if you made this into a mobile game, it would make millions.
Yeah, I think you can. I'm not sure who's the developer. But yeah, that's my week. The objection guy, digging up fossils, and solitaire horse racing. More of the same, basically. What about your week? Oh, I also watched a movie called Hannah that came out in 2011.
Good movie.
Did you like
Chemical
that?
Bros do the entire soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack's just really good. The movie's okay. It's kind of like the Bourne movie with a little girl instead of Bourne guy.
I didn't like the movie, but I like the style.
Yeah.
Yeah, style is pretty cool. So basically, what
somebody
it is,
was talking
a
about it
small
recently
girl is
this
like
week.
a killing machine.
I didn't remember this at all, but they mentioned that the dad has like
Eric
the
Bana?
worst fake beard in any movie. And I don't remember. But his beard was just like so like falling off like part way. Like I don't remember at all.
The actor is Eric Bana, the guy who played Hulk in the first one.
I haven't seen the first
The
one.
Australian guy. Yeah, is the Hulk movie that came before the Edward Norton version?
I have not seen
which
any
is
of the
far
Hulk movies.
superior version. You don't have to watch the Eric Bana one. Just watch the Ed Norton one because it's Ed
Isn't that
Norton.
the bad
Just
one?
go
that's the
back,
bad
watch
one.
the show with Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, Ed Norton, so good.
I like Edward Norton.
Yeah.
And I like who's the bad guy in that one? I like him. I mean the
The
actor.
Nazi. No, not the Nazi. The guy who can detect lies in some show, right?
Yes.
Don't
I think
lie
it's
to me.
him.
You're lying to me. Why are you lying?
I think it's just Lie to Me.
Lie to me. Right. I can't remember what's his name. God
I never
damn.
heard his name. He's in Tarantino movies a lot as well.
Doesn't he play like a lot of not Nazis, like bad guys? He was the guy
plays a lot
in
of bad
Pulp
guys, 'cause
Fiction,
he's
right?
He's in Pulp Fiction who's robbing
Samuel L.
restaurant.
Jackson.
Yes.
Right.
He's also in Hateful Eight as
I'm
a
getting
guy.
his name. Tim Roth.
Tim Roth. Yes, it's Roth.
Oh.
Which is funny because like I'm
I love
pretty
him.
sure his like Hulk character is like General Wrath or General Roth or General something like that. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I should see the movie.
So that's my week. That's my week. What did you do?
I did not play basically anything I talked about playing. There's one thing I played that I talked about playing. I played Open Sorcery, which is like the Twine game where you play a fire elemental wall. I only played it for a little bit, but the story's shaping up to have some pretty cool decisions. Like, do you report to your creator that you think you're gaining sentience and that kind of stuff? So, I'm curious to
which
see
game?
how that... Open Sorcery.
Right. The first episode just went up, right?
It went up today. I recorded this morning right before work and then put it up because I didn't play anything all week, and so I exhausted all of my pre-recorded stuff.
What time
It's
do you
like, I
start
gotta
work?
record something.
How do you find the time?
I usually get to work at 8 a.m. I woke up
Yeah,
at 6 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
to record, edit, and upload. Make a thumbnail.
I can't do that because I'll just wake everybody up.
I was definitely very quiet.
I can't do the excited.
Oh, so was it more of a what was it called? ASMR?
It was probably
You should
a
try
bit
doing
more-
that. Do you think your voice would work for ASMR?
You would. I
Maybe.
did it once with weird results. But you could
Define
do it really
weird.
well like that.
I feel like there's...
I don't. Okay, I think one of my friends one of my friends I think really liked it because he made a comment on the thing. He's like, "Oh, this is really," because it was just a quiet let's play. It wasn't really meant to be AS. I mean, I made it kind of like, "Oh, I'm talking really quietly," but whatever. I was just playing like a stupid. I think what happened was everyone was in bed in my house, and I wanted to record something, and so I was playing Slither.io while doing like a quiet let's play. So I was just speaking softly, be like, "Are you having a bad day? It's okay because, anyway, it was just really weird." But the only reason I'm laughing is because one of my friends, he commented and he was like, "Oh, I really like it. It's like ASMR stuff." And he's from Australia. He's my only friend that I know from Australia. And I noticed I got high view count on that video. And I saw in the statistics that majority of them were from Australia. So I'm pretty sure he was replaying it.
Or sharing it.
Yeah.
Or sharing it. So which is fine. I just thought that was really funny.
The thing about
I wanted to do more because they're kind of fun.
I feel like I need to do research into how to do it, and I also don't want to
Is it
like
just?
be super
It's
cliche.
not just being quiet, right?
It's a lot of
ASMR is not just
tactile
being quiet.
sounds.
What does tactile
guess.
sound
Yes.
mean?
Like, if I'm
tactile,
doing
like,
something, you need to be able to hear me doing it. Like the sound is indicative of the texture.
I've never seen. I know there are like ASMR Let's Plays, but they play the game, so they can't actually like scratch their beard or whatever, right?
Yeah. So the way
I know a
picture
channel that
myself
does that, by the
doing
way. He takes
oh, no, I
he
believe
takes
it.
objects
I can't
and
do that.
scratches his
it
beard.
goes against every fiber of my being for mic discipline.
Oh.
It just
I
kills
also,
me.
yeah.
I can't
But you don't
Yeah.
have to make. You just have to.
like
The sound should
I-
just be coming from your mouth if it's a Let's Play, right?
But like I am like
I think
super
so, I don't
conscious.
know.
I still make mistakes, but I'm super conscious of every time I go. When I start a sentence, like I just any like superfluous mouth click is just like too much for me. It's like the way I kind of picture myself doing an ASMR Let's Play is basically like a Bob Ross Let's Play. You know, it's like okay, we're gonna go into the cave now.
that's fine, though.
Some happy orcs.
I want to see somebody do
I would watch that.
ASMR with a game like Broforce or something.
Oh my god.
So I think the way to do
I mean, yeah.
it'd be harder with certain games. I feel like it lends itself better to post commentary. Probably.
It could.
A lot of people are
but
doing
to
it
be
in No
fair,
Man's
like,
Sky.
What you're
That makes sense.
Oh gosh.
There's nothing else
That
to
makes
do.
sense. There's not much
Because
else
there's
to do.
nothing to do in that game.
So I feel like for me to do it, the game has to have not fast gameplay, and I don't think I could do it for Open Sorcery because Open Sorcery is a visual novel, so I want to read that novel,
Right.
You know, and do voices and stuff, which is hard to do with ASMR as well.
That's why I did it with a silly game like Slither because there's
don't
nothing
know that
really
game.
to
What kind
it.
of a voice
it's
lends to ASMR?
Soft
Soft.
and like
soft.
close and
I
intimate.
think there's a tone.
It-
Close.
But not
very
everybody's
close,
voice
yeah.
will be good for it, right? You get what I mean?
No, because mine isn't. Mine isn't at all.
I mean, I'm freaking Asian with
don't
like
know.
stupid high-pitched voices.
Well, I bet you could do a voice that would be good for it.
You could,
I bet like I
Yeah,
imagine it's
exactly.
within everybody's scope. Everyone could try and find something that's good for it probably, but not everyone's natural voice is good.
Imagine a
for it,
slanty-eyed. No. Okay.
I mean, Fo, you were saying how you wouldn't like because you're so conscious of sounds that sound like a Bob Ross. See, I would be fine with that because I too like don't like those kinds of sounds. Like I remember listening to it was not meant to be ASMR, but it was basically quiet Let's Play, and like you could hear all the
probably. Yeah.
and it bugged the crap out of me.
Are you
Although
supposed
I
to
have
hear that?
Slight miso.
Some people do it on purpose.
I don't know.
Oh.
Some
So
people
all
do it on
the
purpose. I think-
clicking
I think
sounds
this
and your
person-
I feel
tongue flapping in
know.
your mouth.
The people
This
who do
person
that,
I don't
though,
think meant to.
I don't know
but-
if they are considered good ASMR though. People do
Oh.
it, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
if
don't know
they're
what
considered
defines a
good
good
He
ASMR.
wasn't ASMR.
I'm sure there's people who
No,
judge it.
this guy wasn't even trying to be a good ASMR. Yeah, but I know because I also have slight misophonia, which means certain sounds like spark a like anger in me, and for me it's very any sounds that have to do with
Is
like,
it only anger?
sniffling.
Oh.
It's not. It's like high anxiety anger
Right.
in people who have it really bad. Like they
trigger.
can't be in the same room and they have to get out or else they like start screaming. For me, it's just very like
So is it
I just
so
kind of
is
get
it something like scratching your nails on a blackboard but
I thought you were gonna do it.
dialed up or
Yeah,
something?
but like yeah, something like that. And so there are just certain sounds that, like, again, I don't have it really bad. Some people you can read online have it like so bad, like I said, they can't be in the same room as when it's happening. For me, it's just like I get like shivers, and I really like if it keeps going on for too long, like I just get really, really irritated. So for me, for example, like sniffing up is one of my main triggers. Like I'm just like, get me out. Any like any like
So
choking like
any
sound
throat-
really.
Nostril sounds basically.
Yeah, nope, just nope.
I think
And actually, it's kind of funny. I
eating
was
for
doing
me.
I was recording for a Let's Play for Anna. Unfortunately, that recording had to be discarded because there were issues with the audio, which is fine because it was a bad recording. But one of the funniest parts is there is a part they do in Anna that's meant to be scary, where it's just like you all of a sudden pass a room and all of a sudden you see a bunch of blood and you just hear someone go like. like the whole, like for like a couple seconds or whatever, and usually lasts a couple seconds and it goes away, and I'm usually fine with it, but like for whatever reason this Let's Play, it kept happening every single time I passed this room. And I was talking into like, I was talking to like the players, I was talking to the viewers, being like, yeah, I've slight misophonia because this is getting kind of irritating for me, but for some reason, like they made this sound last a lot longer than usual, so instead of lasting for like a couple seconds, it was like 30 seconds, and I could tell, and I snapped in the middle of the Let's Play. I was like, you need to stop it right now. And I like went in the room and everything. I'm like going in the scary room or making the sounds like, you need to stop making that right now. I got really mad. It's bad. But yeah.
So yeah, I played Open Sorcery. And so in the first episode, there's a series you're supposed to answer 3 riddles in a row. And you can attempt it as many times as you like, but each attempt is different riddles. But if I restart the game, the order of the riddles is always the same. So the first riddle is the same. If I get it right, the riddle following it is always the same. But if I get the first riddle wrong, the second riddle is always the same second riddle. So it's always the same lump of 3 riddles, as far as I can tell. So I eventually just had to get them wrong. Like I got the first one, I got a bunch of first ones right, and I didn't get a second one right until I finally got all 3 right. There were hard riddles, and I don't know. I think I'm just bad at riddles. I don't know. Riddles are just a weird thing, I think. Like, you just have to be in the right headspace for them. Or you can either get it or you don't. It's a little hard to logic your way through them. Like, a lot of the riddles, you can say it's like 4 or 5 sentences. It's like, so this answers, like, you know, all but one of those, but I'll just go with it anyway and hopefully it works. Or, like, this, like, one riddle I couldn't get was like, neither fish nor flesh nor bone nor sinew. This has, like, fingers and thumbs, what am I, or something like that. I'm like, it's a statue of a hand, like it's a stone hand, like I don't know, what do you say? Because like it's a text, you don't, it's not multiple choice, you just fill in a random text thing and it tries to match it.
Oh gosh, that's hard.
Yeah, so I have no idea what it's supposed to be. I've never gotten that one right. I've tried a bunch of different things. Yeah, so I played that. Mad Nords is still going up. That game is not ending. Hopefully it ends soon. I mean, I'm still liking it somewhat. Although, this most recent episode had a really obnoxious quest line where basically you're in a castle and there's a bunch of servants. And one servant's like, hey, can you talk to so-and-so about covering my shift so I can take Monday off? And basically and that person goes like, hey, get so-and-so to do it. And so you have to go and talk to like every single servant. And you don't know them all by name beforehand. So you just know a big area. It's just like, I spent a lot of time talking about complete nonsense while walking around a stupid castle. It's like, this quest is terrible. Like, it's kind of funny if I wasn't doing a Let's Play. But yeah, so I didn't get around to playing the last time at all. But I will definitely be doing that this weekend. Although, actually, a big chunk of time, on Sunday, last Sunday, I did spend many hours playing, but it was all Warframe. Stupid Warframe. And then throughout the week, because I couldn't really play any video games, I spent a good couple hours this week just, you know, trying to plan out like what kind of mods I need, and then getting really discouraged because they're all like event drops, which are never ever gonna happen again. Warframe's really good at capping your power behind these really rare things you don't really have control over. And lately they've been doing this really kind of dumb thing of making new items really, really expensive to build in terms of resources, but you can buy them for the in-game currency microtransactions. It's like, I mean, that's always a problem, but it's been an egregious problem now, where something they've mind-bogglingly high, like nigh impossible high amounts of in-game resources, where like basically the only way you can get it is through the transactions, which is too bad. But I've still spent like 300 hours on the game with only spending like $10, so I'm feeling good about that.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much my week. Did a lot of work. Watched some more Mr. Robot. Watched some more anime. I think after this, I'm gonna watch The Hunt for the Wilder People, which came out a while ago, but it's only in like super select theaters because it's an indie movie. It's a New Zealand film. But it's on Amazon now. I mean, not Amazon Prime. It's like Amazon Instant Watch. So it's gonna be like a few bucks. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's about this like troubled kid who I don't know if he gets adopted or if he's just like sent to live on a farm to like, you know, learn a lesson about life or something like that. But he's like going hiking with like the dad figure of the farm, and the dad like trips and breaks his like foot or something, so they're kind of trapped in this Australian outback. And the news thinks like, oh my gosh, this perverted man has kidnapped this kid, and so there's this big like manhunt out for them, and they're running for some reason. I've not seen the movie yet, so I don't know, but it's like, it looks really funny. It has Reese Darby in it, who I adore. The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah. It came out like a month ago. I remember talking about it before it came out, but it didn't really come to any theaters near me.
Pretty good reviews. Huh.
Good. I have no idea.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
100%. So that just means like one person said something.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say it was two people voted.
It's like a small, as a New Zealand.
I have been listening to a new podcast. It's called How Did This Get Made? And it's the perfect podcast for me to listen to at work because it's like 50% funny and 50% dumb.
Is it by the same guys who made who does the How Stuff Works stuff? Is it the same? No.
It's a bunch of like comedians. You might have seen them in smaller things. I don't know the real names actually. It's two comedians and one of them's wife, who's also, maybe she's also a comedian. I don't know, she's an actress. But they just basically, it's a podcast version of like the Nostalgia Critic. So it's unscripted. They all just watch a crappy movie beforehand, like, you know, Judge Dredd or Pluto Nash or something, and they talk about it for about an hour. So it's basically a worse version of Nostalgia Critic because Nostalgia Critic is scripted. But they get really good guests. Like they get Danny Trejo or like Kevin Smith, or like because they're like, they live in LA, so they can just get really cool people on their podcast. And because it's hit or miss, it's really easy to just like pull my earbuds out if somebody walks by to talk to me. And I've noticed, I don't think it's a Nerdist podcast, but it's like, it's definitely in like that world of Nerdist like podcasts on the internet. And I feel like they have a mandate to have horrible music. It's like custom music. Like, it's time for How Did This Get Made? And it's just like, oh my gosh. I literally mute it for like 15 seconds every time they play it. Or it's like, no, it's from our sponsors. Like trumpets play. It's just like, God dang it, you guys. You're not like a radio, like, hey guys, come on, cool, what are we doing in the morning? Let's get butt slapped. It's like, oh God. So, but I recommend it, I guess, if you do hear cool facts, backstories behind the set, like this actor really didn't like this, you know, gossipy type stuff. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so that was my week.
Pretty short this week.
It was.
Oh, there's one other thing I did, actually. One other cool thing. It wasn't a game or anything, but I did submit to a thing or whatever, the audio recording,
voice acting
to
thing?
that Mass
Nice.
Effect. Yeah. So I did do that. I'm obviously not going to get it because I know my voice is... I love how vague they make it sound like, if your voice fits the Mass Effect universe, what the crap does that mean? We don't know.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But what is kind of funny is if you look in the rules, they do tell you like how they're rating the voices or whatever, and there is like a rating score that's like fits the Mass Effect universe. That's all it's described as. I don't know how the judges are gonna figure that out. But yeah, so I recorded for that. You know, just try that out because that'd be fun. So I did that. So that was like productive, I guess. But yeah. That's about it.
What did you record? What did you say?
So they have two scripts up. And you choose one of the scripts. One script is like
Does it have like different races and stuff?
Lines.
No.
No, it's not. No.
It's like,
very unspecific.
Background characters kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh.
So one background character is a vid maker, more of a reporter who's like
another
talking
reporter
to somebody about trying to. Another reporter.
You're gonna get punched in the face,
Sarah.
You know that, right?
I know, right? Yeah. And the
Call him
other,
Vicky Vale.
sorry, I'm just laughing. The other was like a mercenary thug.
Yeah,
You should have done that one.
I think so.
I thought about it, but
Just put on like a Russian accent.
I recorded for both. I didn't like the way I sounded for the thug one. Like I felt I sounded way too just bland and trying too hard to sound like a thug, and it just wasn't resonating. And I was like, you know, I could try something new, but I really like it. It just did not do it at all for me. Like I was like, I don't feel natural with the way this is sounding, so I went with the
You know
recorded
how
one. But
in
that
like
one
the kung fu movies,
Ugh.
the quiet, smallest one is always the most dangerous guy? You should have done it like that style. Like really quiet.
See, yeah, that's the thing. If I could do,
ASMR.
I was gonna do a video. Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Here's all the food that you've asked for.
I'm
That's,
Commander
like, one of the
Shepard,
first
and
lines for
this
it.
is my favorite coffee on the Citadel.
I'm Commander Shepard. This is my favorite coffee in the Citadel.
You're sounding like Batman.
Smoker.
a bit.
Like, oh my gosh. Excuse my lungs.
I'm Commander Shepard,
although,
and
actually, I want-
Charleston's taste like a cigarette should.
I'm sorry, darling. Anyway, I don't know what that was. But although it's kind of funny because I was gonna do a video recording, although I had to sync it because I was using OBS to record it, and I was gonna do the video recording, and I was gonna do that because you could do audio or video. They didn't care, but I thought, oh, if I do video, maybe they'll see facial expression and maybe and psychologically whatever. But I read the rules more carefully. And they said, like, make sure that everything in your content belongs to you and stuff like that. And, like, no trademark stuff and such. And you guys can't see it because I moved it. But I had a bag in the background that had, like, a shoe company on it. And I was, when I reread the rules and after I had made the video, I was like, oh, no. Like, I just had this thought of, like, it being just disqualified just because of that stupid thing.
Just a
So I was
little
like,
sensor
screw it.
thing over it.
I was going to do that, but then I got worried. You see I have pictures on my wall?
Yeah.
I got worried that those were going to come into a problem too, because I was just going to censor the bag. I had a way to do that easily, but then I realized I was probably going to have to try to censor these pictures, and I was like, it's not worth it, so I just sent an audio recording.
I've considered like moving this out of the way because I didn't draw this one. I drew that one, but I didn't draw this one, so.
Woo! I love your Aku. It makes me happy.
I used to draw like crossovers, and I was practicing Aku because I drew. The idea was to take 3 scenes and rotate the characters between them. So the first scene that I actually drew up. Do I have it around here? Oh, let me grab it real quick. It's
Can't draw worth anything.
It's Samurai Jack, but we took out Aku and put in No Face from Spirited Away.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So it looks like this.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
And so it's going to take Aku and put him facing off against Gandalf on the bridge of Khazad-dûm. And then the third scene was going to be like the Balrog just like relaxing in a bath at the bathhouse.
I get. Oh, that's
But I
amazing.
haven't
That's
gotten
really
around to
funny.
Would have been cool.
Oh man.
Aku's one of my favorite characters. I'm
But
so
yes.
pumped. Yeah, sorry, yes. So you were
okay.
worried about having to censor pictures.
Yeah.
But what
So I was just
what
like,
did you do?
screw it.
You just send it in anyway without doing anything?
I just sent it.
That's
I sent an
fine.
audio
I'm
recording.
sure that's fine.
I just did audio because I was like,
I
whatever.
don't know why
it's
video
not like they're gonna.
is even a component. It doesn't matter.
Like again, like I could be wrong. I could be over. Like maybe they just put that so because they were just saying like don't use someone else's voice and claim it's your own because that's what it's
Probably.
meant for. To be honest, like I don't. It's not meant for having a shoe company bag in the background or
Right.
having your art in your room. They shouldn't care about that, and I don't think they normally would.
It's like-
but I know they get so.
If
I
this-
just don't know.
If this was CSI, they could like pause your video, like enhance your eye, and I see the reflection of like your monitor's brand logo in your eyeball. It's like rejected.
Oh my gosh. When YouTube censorship goes too not censorship, when YouTube whatever goes too far.
I don't know if this is a news story, but did you hear about the YouTube heroes?
Yes, I did hear about that.
I heard about
it's
that
weird.
yesterday and did a little bit of reading on it, but maybe Charles will bring it up later.
Yeah, because it's
I haven't.
But
I haven't
anyway,
read
so
that.
that's the. Yeah, so that's all I have else to say. So yeah, if I end up going to LA and
Woo!
recording with what's her face?
You're gonna forget us,
Jennifer
right?
Hale, I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Definitely,
Remember your roots.
definitely gonna.
Remember your roots.
Yep, exactly. Remember you.
You know what you should do? You should go to our Let's Play and rub it in. They'll love that.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah. Such a lovely
I wanna be
subreddit.
famous, guys.
Okay.
Oh man, I watched anyway.
Yeah, you watch what?
That's all. No. I was just gonna say is I go there. I still go there every once in a while, but I mostly just go there if they answer questions
Right.
that
I mostly go
need
there to
help
see if
with.
there's any drama.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh, the drama's so funny.
It's really funny. It's like
I'll have to
most
tell you
people
afterwards what my
here
favorite piece of
have like
drama.
less than 100 subscribers. What are you guys fighting about? We're all doing it just for fun.
Exactly.
It would be nice to
Anyway,
make money
I'll
from
tell
it,
you my
but
favorite-
it would be nice.
It would be nice to make more than 50 cents, but
You make 50 cents, you're fucking rich. Privilege.
that's the sad part.
I think I
That was
made
just
like 37
recently,
cents
before-
last month. I've been monetizing like
Oh,
every
the white
third
people are
video to
making
see
the
what
money,
happens.
Sorry.
37 cents for. So you're gonna send me something, right?
Sure.
I don't know how I'm getting 50. Well, maybe I monetize. That doesn't make sense. Although I swear it's just because one of my friends
you
is
already
just
made
clicking on
30.
all the ads.
From a stream.
Oh, right.
I
right,
guess, but I didn't advertise on the stream though.
But I mean,
did
you still
monetize
made
it.
money. I mean, you've made
you
more
said
money than I will
don't-
probably ever make from YouTube.
Yeah, because
I don't know. Like I said,
even
I
if you
swear
reach
it's just one
99
person
bucks
that,
on
clicks
YouTube,
ads.
you still can't get it because you need one more.
You
yeah,
still can't get it. I
just
know.
that one
It's so
more freaking
stupid.
dollar. I'm
Wait,
not
what are
even
you
sure how
talking
they
about?
work in. Oh, they only send checks for a minimum $100.
They only.
Oh.
Yep.
So
Oh,
like some
wait,
people
so
are
that's
doing it
interesting.
for
That's
a few.
interesting. So I'm part of a multi-channel network, right? That's
Right,
why I've
right.
been. That's why I've been monetizing just
Look
as
at
an
a big
experiment. And they take a chunk. They've actually been
Oh,
paying
yeah.
me. I get
Oh.
money deposited in my bank account every month, and it's been like 30 to
Oh,
40 cents
that's nice.
every month.
Huh? Is it even worth doing
that's
the? Don't they have like transaction fees or anything?
Yeah, good
Or
point. Probably not. They're probably. I can guarantee the multi-channel network is losing money on me.
Is it
because I
legit?
don't monetize all my videos.
I mean, is
and
this-
I ask them for tech support like every week because they're crap.
That's good. Is this MC? Oh, you mentioned that you joined the MCN because they had like some kind of software, but the software sucks.
Exactly. And the software's crap, which is
Yeah.
why I talk to tech support every week.
Right. I'm just wondering if it's
Hilarious.
maybe MCN has like a different license thing and they
Yeah, I
can
wonder.
deal with YouTube directly. I know like the big
Yeah,
ones do,
possibly.
but I'm not sure like if the ones that you're with, how
Yeah.
big they are, or like do they?
a good question.
I don't know what's the criteria. YouTube is like for the 1%. Anyways, do you guys want to
Oh.
talk about?
Sorry.
Yes.
A correction. I believe last week when I was talking about the augmented reality stuff,
Right.
I think I swapped the names of what I was talking about. The Oculus Rift has the Oculus Touch, which is the controls that I liked, as opposed to the Vive, which had the
Okay.
paddles, which I didn't like.
That's what you said.
I
Yes,
think.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I said. Okay.
That's what
I
you said,
think that's what
yeah.
you said.
Okay.
You said
I
you
think that's what
prefer
said,
the
'cause
Oculus Touch
I've
because
seen-
it feels like a hand or something.
Okay, yeah, I remember
That's what
saying
you said.
what I
Yes, yeah,
liked.
yeah.
I
No,
couldn't
you
remember
were-
I said the name
Yeah.
properly. Okay.
You
I
were
was reminded
correct
of it
because
there was-
I probably would have corrected you.
there was a news story this week about
Oh.
the Oculus. One of the founders, head devs, an important person in the Oculus Rift company, was discovered to be like funding an anti-Hillary like meme machine. So a bunch of many, but a realistically inconsequential amount of video game developers have said they're going to stop developing their games to support the Oculus Rift until that guy doesn't work there anymore. So nothing's going to happen, but it's just an interesting thing to have people attempt to do. You know, a guy. I don't. It's very rare that I think a video game person gets held, not accountable, but gets criticized for their political views. I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. But what story did you have in the barrel? Char.
Oh, you mean? Oh, all right.
Yeah, you.
yeah.
You saw the document, you guys.
I didn't see the document. I didn't
know.
really boot Skype until today, and I saw
I
it. It's
did.
like, oh,
Oh.
You
yeah.
didn't do your homework.
I did not. do
You're
it.
out. It's like third strike.
You're
for
out
some
of
I
reason.
can play so much more Warframe with all the spare time.
It's like 1 hour.
Barrow's here.
How much can you
Barrow's here
get?
this weekend? I need to get ducats. I already spent 400, or sorry, I already spent 800 ducats today.
Is that what they call? I thought it was called Ducat.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is what?
I don't know.
It's
what
a, it's
called.
a premium currency.
I like ducats because it sounds
Oh my
dumb. It's not
God.
premium.
It's not
Platinum
premium.
is the premium currency.
It's not premium in a way, but you can only get it from a merchant
It's
that only
like-
comes very rarely, and you have to
it's
sell
like
him like the
endgame
really
currency.
expensive parts to get it. So it sounds
I
premium
have-
to me
I
because
have
it takes a
bunch
lot of time.
parts that are
Oh, yeah.
100 ducats each.
Nice.
Because I think they were put in the vault or something, so they stopped playing.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was like, I'll sell these. I'm not going to play enough. I'm not going to play enough to do prime.
Say
things
what you
anymore.
want about Warframe, they update that game so frequently that if you stop
Like
for
every
even a
other
month,
week.
you feel like you're like, oh shit, I missed quite a lot of things.
Totally.
So it makes you want to keep playing it.
Yeah.
At least they update their free-to-play game for quite
Right.
often. It's pretty cool.
I think you were on your phone when I was mentioning this though, but like some of their new content is criminally overcosted in terms of in-game resources. Like there's a new hammer, takes 30,000 cryotic.
Are you fucking kidding
And
me?
and there's a Valban Prime. Valban Prime on launch took 20,000 oxium and I think like 12 nitane extracts. They have generously reduced the cost to a mere 10,000 oxium.
So just to put into perspective,
Yes,
cryotic, how long do you get for... How long do you need to
So
play
let's say
a map to get 500?
If you do an excavation, if you do 5 full excavations, which is hard, 5 is hard.
It depends on the difficulty that you play.
That is true. And I guess the payout's the same if you do it easier.
Yeah.
It still will take like, I don't know, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for,
So you need-
500?
500 in 15 minutes and you need how much again?
30,000.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I know Warframe is like that, but it didn't used to be that bad. And Oxium is even worse.
Their logic is that people have a lot of resources. Like, you have like 500,000 salvage and allies. Like, we have too many faucets. We need to put more sinks to drain. I was like, you don't put one fat sink. You put a bunch of tiny repeated sinks. Like, it's not. You guys are idiots. I mean, because the real answer is they want you to buy it with platinum.
Yeah.
Obviously,
And it's not worth it at all.
no, it's not even a good weapon.
It's not just that, like
Prime's only
the
slightly better
ratio
than
of how
Valban.
much platinum to spend and how much you get back in terms of
Oh, it's
resources.
crazy.
It's stupid.
I still have over 100 platinum left.
I gave
bought platinum once.
everything to my friend when I stopped playing.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah, because he gave me some stuff, like in real life
But-
stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna give you some Warframe stuff.
Was he high level? Because my
Yeah, he's played
the
like
thing that got
300
me-
plus 400 hours or some shit.
Okay.
And he
because,
started after me.
I have friends who I was trying to trade some stuff to, and they weren't high enough master level to get some of my older stuff.
It's crazy that
we started
Warframe is
playing.
still pretty relevant.
Did you know it's still in beta? It's still
Everything is
technically
in
in
fucking
beta.
Every free
It's
to
been
play.
out for like.
League of
I remember
Legends
playing
is
the
in
game.
beta,
I played
right?
it in college. That's like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Whatever
it
it was.
came out pretty long time ago. It's always every free to play
It's
game is always in
stupid.
beta.
That's-
At least it's good, unlike
true.
DayZ or something.
It is the best free game I've ever played.
It is.
the least invasive microtransactions,
I
etc.
will agree. It is the best free to play game.
Which is kind of like not really saying a lot, but I mean, it's
It
something.
It does though. It does say quite a bit.
Well, it's like, it is the least smelly turd. I don't know. The shiniest turd, that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
All right. What?
Okay. Once
Let's-
again, what were you going to say before I interrupt you again?
Let's get on to the news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you
So-
criticize me for not knowing what you're going to
There are 3 new EA games on GOG,
Oh,
which is cool.
yeah.
So you get a DRM free version. Basically, it's Mirror's Edge. Good game.
Yeah, very
The
good.
Spore Collection, which I believe is cheaper on GOG than Steam. So you get it cheaper and you get a DRM free version.
Mm.
And the third one, which is probably the best one that they added, to a lot of people, I feel Spore is. But the best one is Saboteur.
I don't even know if I know
It
that
is
game.
a open world
I don't think I know it either.
third-person action game based in France during World War II. So you go around
Oh, I have
and sabotage Nazi camps and shit like that.
That game
so,
is not even on Steam.
So when
Yeah.
it's not on Steam. I
Just
think it's the
GOG.
first digital version that you can get. I'm not sure if Origin has
Oh.
it. So
How old is it?
it came out for the PS3 pretty early on, so at least 6 to 7
Okay.
years, I think. Maybe about
I heard about
5
this
to
game
6 years at
recently,
least.
funny enough.
So you start the game black and white because the Nazis, evil, everything's black and white. Once
Of
you
course.
liberate the place, and then the color will start coming back.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's actually a pretty
Literally
cool
black and
game.
white.
Like
Cool. That sounds
it has
cool.
a cool concept. I think it's like a 7 out of 10 kind of game. But the concept and the world, because it's World War II, it's like open world.
It's always a
World War II.
good setting.
Yeah, and it's not like you play as a soldier. You play as a saboteur, in France. So it's really
Sap.
unique. It's a really unique theme and concept. I highly recommend it to those who haven't played it, because I played it on the PS3, I think. I believe on the PS3. Very cool game. Talking about buying games, I bought a few games on Steam during the week.
Oh, Steam games. I thought you were going to say DS games.
I know, that's what I thought you
actually
said too.
have a few DS games. Do you want me to show you?
Of course you do.
I don't.
Char,
don't.
you have a problem. Char, no, we're not. This is.
Boom.
I bought the
okay,
Phoenix
no,
Wright
I
trilogy,
approve.
new and sealed.
Prove. I need to. Okay, I have a friend that borrowed 2 of my
You
the
better
first
get
and
it
the
back.
second Phoenix Wright game, and I still haven't gotten
You-
it back. I need to
you
get
get
it
it
back
back.
because I'm about to rage.
If I were
need to
you,
get it
I would
back.
say
Those
to
were
them,
hard to
"I'll pay
find.
for the fucking postage. Just give it back to me."
I did, yeah. Actually, I did at one point. She just kept forgetting. So, but hopefully, I'll
Those
see her
are
in a couple
gems.
weekends. Actually.
So other than that, I bought. There was a Sims 3 sale on Steam. Now I have the Sims 3 starter pack on Origin, and the Sims 3 starter pack came with 2 expansions, which is Late Night and Ambitions, a stuff pack as well. So I was like, I don't want to like rebuy those 3 things, like the base game with the 2 expansions. But then I calculated it's actually cheaper for me to buy the expansions I don't have on Steam and then move it to Origin, because you can actually
That's
do that.
hilarious.
So you just buy the game on Steam, you start the download. You don't even have to download the freaking game. You just pause it, you right click on the game, and then you can click view CD key, and you can just literally redeem that CD key through Origin.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I bought Sims 3, I bought Pets, Seasons, University Life, and Island Paradise. Yeah, so I have quite a few expansion packs now. That's not news, but let's get on to the
It's good.
let's get on to the
It's
next
exciting.
news item.
All right.
So this one is Metal Gear Survive. So the Tokyo Game Show just happened like a week ago, and they showed off 15 minutes of gameplay of Metal Gear Survive. So basically, they just took the maps from Metal Gear 5 and just said, here's your new game, pretty much. And the video
course.
on YouTube has about 670,000 views as of this recording, and about 20,000 dislikes to about 1,000 likes. So yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's so bad that Hideo Kojima, the guy who created this world, the guy who created a character who was taken over because he transplanted somebody else's arm onto him, the guy who wanted a character to do naked cartwheels, the guy who created a woman that was able to breathe through her skin as an excuse to show her tits. This guy said, zombies don't make sense. This guy said that. Breathing through skin is still okay. But zombies, guys? Really?
Yeah, that's
Zombies?
fine.
Well, technically in Metal Gear Solid 5, there are kind of zombie people. They were. So, whatever. Hideo Kojima is always just looking to... It's good that he's open now that he can bash Konami whenever he wants, because fuck Konami. Whenever I think about Konami, I just think of like Castlevania and Suikoden and Metal Gear just dying, and Contra, like 4 fucking great franchises. Fuck you, Konami. Next piece of news. The Super Mario Maker on the 3DS won't support 3D.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good
I mean,
thing.
I don't really. Yeah. When I heard about that, I was just kind of ambivalent. 'Cause I was like, well, I don't really use the 3D function that much.
I
on my
don't
DS
use it
'cause I
at
don't wanna
all.
use up the battery.
I'm just thinking like
yeah, and so for
I think there are only 2 games that did it really well. A Link Between Worlds and 3D Land.
Between Worlds did it well.
Super Mario 3D Land, I think.
Didn't play 3D, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like most games, it's like just kind
It's
of
a gimmick.
an added thing. But yeah, but Link Between Worlds did it well. I agree because I
I'm just
would
think-
put it on sometimes.
Like
with that.
I'm always up for companies pushing for innovation and boundaries. But I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, like, without
Oh,
the
yeah, oh,
3D, would the console be a better console? Do you think it'll be cheaper, or maybe it'll be better specs? I don't know. I just feel the 3D is
I
not
don't
a
know.
thing that I use, because I don't want the
Yeah,
battery to
so,
run
I
out
mean,
so
like-
fast as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Battery runs out
that's the
so
problem.
fast. Okay. So yeah, Super Mario Maker 3DS.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reasons to get Mario Maker on the 3DS won't be coming, I guess, which is the 3D. At least they didn't like, oh, the new 3DS will have 3D, but the old 3DS won't have 3D.
Right. Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
maybe I don't know. Oh, Nintendo. Let's skip this one first because it's pretty big. So, do you guys know a game called Advanced Wars?
Yes.
I've heard of it. I've never played.
Did you
I've
play it
played one of
on the
them.
Game Boy or something?
I played one of the Game Boy Advanced ones. I think the first one was for the Game Boy Advanced. But I don't think I played the first one.
Right.
I think I played the second one or something like that.
So Advance Wars, the last game that came out was like for the DS or something, which is like
The DS one looked
2008.
cool because
Yeah.
it had like the screen is like the sky field. So you had like bombers in the sky field, like
Yeah.
drop bombs on the people.
It's
And
pretty
it looked cool.
I think there was
Um,
there were two Advance Wars Dual
Probably.
Strike or something, which is DS.
Possibly.
And then there's another one. Basically, there is gonna be a spiritual sequel called Tiny Metal. It is up on Kickstarter. It will be for the PC. It's an indie thing. So a couple of like big name guys will be working on it. So the first one is Hiro Inaba. He is the writer for I Am Setsuna, the new JRPG that just came out.
Yeah.
Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. He was the writer of that.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
And the composer to Secret of Mana, Hiroki Kikuta, who is actually not composing for
yeah,
this
that's
game.
right.
He's gonna be a scenario
Yeah.
supervisor, whatever that means.
Huh.
Yeah. But basically, Tiny Metal is on Kickstarter. It's a spiritual sequel to Advance Wars, and it will be on PC. Which is cool.
I hope it gets made because they're good games, but they're not. They're like very in the middle of
Very
my like
niche.
list of favorite tactics games.
It's very niche.
I wouldn't say niche. I feel like I don't know. So the one thing that makes them kind of unique in terms of tactic games, like most other tactics games I have played, friggin' what are the famous what's the Nintendo one with like Marth and Roy? I can never, Legends of
Fire Emblem.
Oh, Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, like there's
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Emblem, Tactics Ogre, Disgaea, or like Final Fantasy Tactics. Those are all very RPG heavy. Like you have characters, they level up from fight to fight. You can change classes. You know, you're attached to them. In
Yeah.
in Advanced Wars, there are no like named characters. It's all like just faceless troops. It's a bit more like an RTS. I mean, it's not real time at all, but it's more like you build a bunch of like foot soldiers. It's kind of shoot matching types. Like I need infantry for this. I need vehicles for this. So it's a cool game. It's about kind of control points. It is very tactical. I like it better than Fire Emblem certainly, but I don't think I like it quite as much as like something with more RPG to it, I guess.
Yeah. Have you played this Gaia?
I have. I haven't finished it. I played it up to the point where you meet like
Which version do you have?
I borrowed a friend's for the DS.
Nice. How does the touchscreen work? Does the touchscreen work well? I don't have the DS one. I actually have the PSP
I don't think
one.
I used the DS one.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't think I used the touchscreen at all. I think I just used
Oh,
I like every game I had for the DS. I didn't use the touchscreen. I didn't have to.
Right.
Oh.
'Cause I didn't like. I mean, it's kind of like if I'm playing the PC game and the controls are like WASD and the mouse. I never want to move my hands, and so it's like if I'm playing a DS game, I never want to move my hand to pick up a stylus or like touch the screen or something like that.
I'm actually like that too. I actually get inordinately irritated when certain like key functions of a DS game you have to use a stylus for.
Mario
like, certain
64,
ones
I
make sense
hated
to
it.
if you're well, like it's like for things like you have
parts
to
of it.
draw, like that's one thing, but like simple little functions like pressing a select option for a menu or
Yeah.
something like that. There are certain games where like you can't select certain menus without touching it, and that bugs the crap
Or there
out
was
of me.
that
It's
Metroid game that launched with the DS, and that was fully like optimized around the touch controls, and I did not care for it. Like you could play it without the joystick or without the touchscreen, but it was just really weird. Didn't work out that
Yeah.
well.
I think the best game that uses a touchscreen is Phoenix Wright. because you don't really need to use anything else.
I agree.
I
You really don't need to.
Which
Except
makes
for
it
some
good
forensic parts
to play
but-
on a DS emulator on your phone. It works very well.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah. I was actually gonna say that that's why Phoenix Wright is one of my favorite DS games, is because almost everything you can do on a touchscreen, you can also press a button for, and it's really
Very convenient,
intuitive. Very
Very
convenient.
well
Again, I
done.
think, like,
Very
certain-
well
some-
done user experience and user interface.
It's so user friendly. It's one of my favorite. Like everything's just so natural in how it does things. I think some of the forensic stuff you have.
Yeah, the
to, like,
forensic
use the
stuff is
stylus
a
for,
little
but that
bit-
doesn't really.
Not so good with the controls, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah, but like that to me isn't as bad because of how it's like for example, I think about what's that one DS game, Legend of Zelda game? A lot of people hated it, but it was actually the
Spirit
first
Tracks
Zelda
or
game I
Phantom
played
Pain?
all the way through.
Not Phantom Pain.
Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Pain.
Phantom
Pain
Hourglass.
could Metal
I
Gear
didn't
Solid.
mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
I
Phantom
actually-
Hourglass better than Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
I never played Spirit Tracks, but Phantom Hourglass, the
And I
main
love
thing,
trains.
like, I liked that game well enough, but the main thing I hated about the gameplay is that you had to use the stylus for the attacks,
Yeah.
and often your hand is in the way, and so you couldn't freaking see where you were going, and it
It
pissed
took me a
off.
while to get used to it. I never loved it, but I did get used
Yeah.
to it.
And I have tiny hands.
Yeah.
Also, I just feel like modern Zelda games, or at least those Zelda games, are just easier compared to the Zelda games I had as a kid. And it could just be because I was a kid
Oh,
and
I'm
bad
sure,
at them.
yeah.
But like compared to like Oracle of Seasons and Ages, it's like those games were hard compared to the other
I don't
ones.
understand how I was able to play Sega Genesis game back then. Like now, if I try to play it, I'll die on the first stage. Like how the fuck
Right?
did I play
It's
as a
true.
10-year-old? How?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I
right?
really
I don't
don't
know if I
understand.
have any games like that.
It's
Where I've gone
it's like
back and thought I was
Contra
better as a
and
kid.
like eSWAT, all the frick. I don't understand how I did it as a kid. I just don't get it. My
Muscle
prime is
memory.
past, I guess.
Anyway,
Ha.
yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Advanced Warfare. So the next two things are
Yeah.
pretty big news. Which one you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about Overwatch first or YouTube first?
Let's do Overwatch
Yeah, I
and
think
end on YouTube.
Overwatch.
All right. Let me put the timestamp.
Yeah, more likely I'll
Okay.
end in a rant for
So
YouTube.
basically, people are you know this game, Paladins, by Hi-Res, the people who made Smite. So Paladins is a first-person hero shooter.
Not to be confused with Paragon. I believe Paladins is Paladins first person. I played it, but
It is.
God, if I don't remember
It
if
is.
it's third person or not.
I played the
it's
beta for a
it's
while.
first person,
It's first.
but it's third person when you're mounted.
Yeah,
Right?
there's like a horse.
Yeah.
What? You don't play solitaire though.
I don't know, it's just that's funny.
You don't play solitaire though.
Thank you, I was waiting for that.
What was I saying? Oh right.
Something about Paladin.
So people are saying Paladins
Yeah.
is Overwatch.
It's shittier Overwatch.
I think that's the point.
And the CEO of Hi-Res, I believe. Let me wait for this freaking page to load. Yes, the Hi-Res Studios COO, Todd Harris, put out a timeline of the development of Paladins on our Paladins on Reddit, basically trying to say, fuck you, we're not Overwatch.
Right. Which is not really a good thing to say either, because Overwatch is great.
Yeah, but I don't think... You don't want to be the next Battleborn. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
You don't want to be comparing yourself to Overwatch when you...
It was worse than Battleborn.
Yeah, because Battleborn, they were like literally saying, like, come on, Overwatch, we're going to take you on kind of thing. Like on Twitter, they were tagging each other. So,
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah. Battleborn is... I
funny.
really prefer Battleborn over Overwatch, seriously. But the marketing for
I
that
definitely
game
prefer
is-
Battleborn over Paladin. And I don't know if I prefer Paladin or Paragon. Those two script the bottom of the barrel. I don't
So
know
the
which one wins.
reason why people are saying Overwatch, Paladins is ripping
Yeah,
off
what about
Overwatch.
it? Just because it's a character action shooter?
It seems it's not just that. At first I thought it was, but then
Okay.
it seems like the characters are quite similar. There's a guy that can... Okay, so I'm not even sure, but I'm just gonna state out the things that I see.
Yeah, so what they
What it
say.
says, yeah.
So it was a
The
video.
dwarf character is very similar.
It was a video made by Video Game Donkey.
Oh wait, I forgot about the knight.
So
those-
apparently
they're
there
different
were a
enough, I
lot
say.
of changes since the beta that we played.
Okay,
Back then.
so they could have made things more similar. That's
Right.
definitely true.
So there's a person with like a jetpack with rocket launchers, and there was somebody
remember.
else that is able to.
Or I think I
There's
remember.
also like a knight-looking person that has a shield and a flamethrower.
Yeah.
There's also
But his flamethrower is I like playing as him way better than I like playing as Reinhardt.
really, I love Reinhardt. Reinhardt is so
I mean,
cool.
Reinhardt's fine. I mean, Reinhardt's shield's like I said, Reinhardt's better because he has a roll. The Knight's worse at his roll, but his flamethrower is way more fun. It's a range thing. I hate Reinhardt's swingy, slow crap.
And the design on the shield is pretty similar.
Absolutely.
And like, there's another guy with like a hooking mechanic, same as that fat
The
guy.
goblin in the mech suit is very similar to Diva.
Yeah. So
If anything, though, actually, it's funny that it's compared to Overwatch because I feel like the characters are more similar to WoW characters. Like, so, I
Really?
mean, either way, they just ripped off Blizzard. Like, but I feel like the characters in it
Yeah,
are very
okay.
similar. Because
There's
like,
also
the
a
knight guy looks
dwarf,
like the classic human
apparently,
knight. The
that can
dwarf
build
guy's
turrets.
a dwarf.
Yeah.
The goblin guy looks like the goblin mechas. There's the orc like witch doctor guy. Like, there's just a lot of WoW-esque guys.
Maybe that's what they took inspiration from.
So
Basically, they took WoW characters and gave them Overwatch abilities.
like I don't really like to condemn a game being a ripoff. I usually use that as the last thing, but I'm not even
Yeah,
sure now.
Because that,
I don't think it's a
because
ripoff. I
that's a
wouldn't
very
say ripoff.
specific accusation.
Yeah.
Why do you say it's not a ripoff?
Well, I think the gameplay is very different.
What about the characters? I think a lot of people are focusing on the character design.
So I would not say that Overwatch has terribly unique characters. I would say they're fairly generic tropes.
Are they generic tropes
That's
that
kinda my
have
fear.
been created
Speaking-
by Blizzard?
No, absolutely not. I would say in terms of just appearance, like you can give them backstories. I don't know the backstories well. I'm sure they can be reasonably unique, but like you have the big armor guy. Like that's not super great. You have the cowboy. You have the ninja. Oh, he's a robot ninja. Big friggin' Warframe. You have the Warframe, you jerks. Like, I mean, it's not unique.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Foe that some of the things I was hearing, I was like, yeah, but is that a ripoff or is that just because that's like generic characters? But the only thing that kind of made me kind of go a little weird was with the knight that you mentioned. A knight with a shield that has a similar design with a flamethrower is a little more specific. Again, I'm not saying it's a ripoff either. I just find that kind of a funny
I'm trying to
coincidence.
remember.
Like,
Did the
That's a little
Paladin
weird.
Knight's shield, was it mobile with him just like Reinhardt's? I don't remember
I
if
don't
he planted it
remember.
or not. I
I
feel like he
think so.
dropped it. It
No,
could
he's
be.
holding it.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
the
I highly
energy
doubt-
shield,
yeah.
right? You're talking
Yeah.
about? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. But I mean, a knight with a shield, like that's
But
also pretty.
I can
Again,
understand
like, that part's fine.
if you simplify it to that extent, like big guy in armor with shield. But the thing
You
is,
think
the
it's
design
over-reductionist?
is
Exactly.
just so similar.
Well, I don't think they look similar. I think you could make a case for their moves being similar. Like the goblin in the suit has the same primary attack that Diva has, like the machine gun hands. Although I think Divas are shotguns, but I mean, it's very similar to that point.
Okay, so
Um,
but he does make a good case. Basically, he showed off a game called Global Agenda, which came out in 2010. So he showed off a female sniper with poison mines and a wall hack, which kinda sounds like Widowmaker. He also showed off
I
a
forgot
male
about
tank with
her.
a shield and a hammer, which sort of looked like Reinhardt.
Oh,
A male engineer with a turret hammer and
Wait.
shotgun.
wait. This is the CEO guy showing the timeline.
This is the COO, Todd Harris, showing a game
COO.
called Global Agenda that came out in
Made by
2000.
a third company that.
Or
made
made
by
by them.
him. Oh,
It was made by
okay.
them. Global Agenda is a game
That's
by
hilarious.
Hi-Rez. And there
Okay.
are a lot of characters that are pretty similar. So they could have just... They probably were like, yo, Overwatch are using quite a lot of similar characters, Global Agenda. Maybe it could work in our game kind of thing.
Possibly.
So, because if you choose make me choose a side, I will always not gonna choose the Overwatch side because I am the fanboys are a bit much.
So I definitely wouldn't say I think there was no movement of ideas from Overwatch to high res. Like if I said if
Every
high-res
game look at every other
in
game.
a black box, yes. But I would say like the bulk of the character designs are generic enough that like.
And the thing is, he has proof.
Every game has a Wukong, right? Every game's got to have the monkey guy.
Yeah, every game has to have a monkey guy, and a lot of the designs that he showed off from Global Agenda is pretty similar to the Overwatch characters.
That's weird.
So
That is interesting. That's interesting.
you know what's funny? The
I
article
mean,
that I was
I wouldn't
reading
say-
is from Kotaku. Sorry, but he was saying that it looks desperate.
He was saying that
The
the
timeline
post
looks desperate. Yeah.
How? If it's
I don't know.
if it's falsified, then I guess. But he's not asserting that. I don't think.
I just don't understand. You know why it looks
mean, there's
desperate is
nothing
because
that-
it's going up against Overwatch. That's why it looks
It's because
desperate.
the writers at
Exactly.
Kotaku
Yeah, oh, yeah.
were Overwatch fanboy.
Yes, probably.
Well, that too. And I'm thinking about like if let's say they did the opposite and the CO did not say anything at all, then people would then Kotaku would probably be saying it's like, oh, they're not even gonna go say anything against these charges. I guess it must mean it's true. You know what I mean? And so like they can't win.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. I don't think there's literally the creator would have to. I think the only thing that would make people happy is if the creator came out and was like, we hear your concerns, they're not true, and then just end it there. But like I don't even think that would satisfy them. Like they're just gonna poke holes at it no matter what the guy did. So it looks desperate because the guy was trying to show proof, but at the same time if he didn't show it, then he would look like he was, just not saying anything at all.
Blizzard can literally go into a house and kill a baby, and people will defend them.
Ooh, there's some
yeah.
new
Oh, I believe it.
characters.
The fans are
These new
fucking
characters are
insufferable.
sweet.
Oh, I believe it.
There's a Rammus guy. There's a
Who you talking
bomb
about?
guy. I'm looking at the Paladins cast.
Right.
It is very different, and there's a lot of new guys who look really cool. I mean, there's enough people here that are super different from Overwatch characters. Like this monk. I mean, so Overwatch has the robot healing monk, but this is like a martial art, like Buddhist monk with like who's a rock bender.
Nice.
Yeah.
Element
There's
bending.
the dragon flying guy, but this robot guy who throws bombs. He's super cool. I bet he plays exactly like Junkrat, but he looks different. He looks cool.
Basically,
he does like a Mega Man boss.
I don't think that Paladins ripped off Overwatch. I
Right.
don't.
I wouldn't say. I would not go as far as ripped off.
With the
for
proof
sure.
that he's shown, I don't think you can say anything.
That is such a
This-
specific accusation too. Like you need to.
There's a
There's a
group.
lot more that
Chill
you have
out,
to say to
Overwatch
kind of prove these
fanboys.
things.
Chill the fuck out.
This could be
Yeah,
a topic
just
for a
chill.
podcast. How much? Like, what's the tipping point when something becomes rip off as opposed to just like inspired by? I
It's an
guess.
interesting. Yeah, right. It's a weird question.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Me neither.
Have to do we would probably have to do a bit of research for that episode.
Like, what's a good example?
Yeah.
I guess I've never really. I don't know. I guess I've never really been like aware of a ripoff, like a true, honest ripoff. I know they exist.
Usually
but, like, they don't
ripoffs are like
cross my radar.
made by
Or
Chinese
they're so
developers?
successful ripoffs that you never hear about the original because it's the bigger company that ripped off some
That's
smaller.
Would you
company,
consider
just never
LOL a
hear about
ripoff of Dota?
it. Yeah, okay, that's a good place to start. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Probably, yeah.
I've never played LOL, but I hear that a lot of the characters are pretty similar. At least
Absolutely.
back then. I'm not sure now.
Yeah, from initially.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about now either.
Yeah, that's an example of another game where you're not going to get anybody to believe it because those fans are also.
Oh yeah. Fans of competitive multiplayer games. are
Something
like-
But to me, I feel like gameplay is more important than character look. Like if
But art
if
assets are
let's say-
pretty
let's say there was a game that was like
well-defined.
chess, but the
Right.
pieces looked like Overwatch characters. Like I don't know what I'd think. I wouldn't think it's a ripoff of Overwatch. Like if they were literally Overwatch characters, but the game was just
pretty
chess
sure that's
pieces.
illegal. That's just plain.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
But
Yeah,
So I wouldn't say the
yeah.
game itself is a ripoff, but I'd say
It's not a
some of
ripoff,
the
they just
assets
That's
sold
are
that's like a
ripoffs.
different
content.
that's a different level over there. That's like just
It's a-
plain illegal bullshit.
Stealing assets
that's
is what
stealing
that is.
We're not a
Stealing
ripoff. We're
art.
just stealing assets.
It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
I love when people try to rip off like iconic sounds. It's like, no, I know what that sounds from. You know, it's like from that movie or whatever. Like, you can't do it.
That one. What's
And
that,
I
what's
thought
that laugh that
I
used
thought
to-
Battleborn, which is
Scream.
pretty much no longer a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
there are still people playing it. I thought after Battleborn, there won't be any more of this Overwatch versus whatever game. I
No.
was proven wrong.
It's gonna happen again for Paragon. So that's
Paragon,
happened yet.
Paragon's so
Paragon's more like Battleborn because it's more like a MOBA with lanes and minions and stuff. But
But
I mean,
it's a
it'll
bit
still
more
get compared
bland,
to
right?
Overwatch.
In terms of the design.
I'm
not sure. I haven't played the beta.
It's more bland in terms of gameplay,
Right.
but it's
What about the
actually
characters?
visually very gorgeous.
Oh.
Um,
It's made by the Unreal guys. It should be good looking. Their games are always freaking good looking.
I'm trying to remember what the characters. I remember some of the characters are. Yeah, the characters are pretty cool. I like the characters a lot.
It's a third person game, right?
Is third person. My favorite character was like a little goblin who rides like a tiny like dragon.
I thought they were
dinosaur
just
thing.
like human mercenary types. So there are like
No,
a
there's
wide
some-
variety.
There's some pretty cool guys who aren't like immediately like that's an elf, that's a dwarf. There's some interesting guys like there's Grux who looks like a kind of cool like Rhino Man. Like if anything, I'd say he's a ripoff
Rhino?
of a Rox from Magic the Gathering. Howitzer is clearly he's another tiny guy inside of a suit of armor, but guess what? He's furry, so he's not a goblin or a Korean girl.
Okay,
there's a lot of
I
cool
really
characters.
like the characters. It
I
looks
like
really
it a
cool.
lot. I like Grim.exe is cool. Like,
But he's obviously
Twin Blast.
he's obviously
Twin
a
Blast is
ripoff of Bastion. So like just because
yeah,
he's
he
a
did,
robot.
absolutely.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was just joking. Is
I
he
mean, well,
really?
he's a turret mode guy, kind of, sort of. So I mean, it's like it plays differently. It's like it's his ult, I guess.
Right.
But like look at
So,
Twin Blast.
is Twin
He's
Blast-
clearly a Reaper ripoff. Well, it's funny because
Okay.
Twin Blast is the Reaper ripoff, but right above him is Sevarog, who's literally like a Grim Reaper.
From Diablo.
I mean, from lore fantasy, like I guess Diablo, but Diablo didn't create the Grim Reaper.
I don't know. When is Paragon coming out? So that we know when they'll start comparing again.
Is there like a release
Yeah,
date?
yeah.
It's funny. Paragon is I mean,
It's not on Steam, right?
of Overwatch, Paragon, Paladins, and Battleborn. Oh man, I don't know. So Overwatch is the most unique of it because it's more like a traditional first-person shooter. Where you're just both on a map and you both fight.
It's a
kinda like
ripoff of
point and you
TF2
fight- you
or
fight
something.
over.
Or whatever.
Both Battleborn and Paragon are the MOBA type with lanes and minions. The stupid thing that both Paragon and Paladins share, which I absolutely hate, because it's microtransaction driven, is they have like this card system where you get booster packs and cards, and the cards affect what you do in the game.
I don't
like
like
so
those kind
in the
of things.
case of Paladins, the cards are they basically every time there's 5 levels. Every time you level up, you pick a card from 2 or 3 you draw from your deck, and they change things. That they increase your max HP, they increase your base damage, and they can drastically change how a move works. Like you jump farther, or when you land, it has a slow
So
effect.
if you've been playing longer, you literally have an advantage over somebody new.
Absolutely.
Right.
And same for Paragon. But in Paragon, the cards are your item store. Like, so in League of Legends, you can go back, you kill minions whenever you get gold, you go back, you buy items, and you have this entire shop of items. And generally, like, I'm the type of character, I'm going to buy these type of items. Or the opponent's doing this, so I'm going to do this to counter him. In Paragon, you have your shop, and it's just fixed. And it's a subset of all the items in the game because of the cards that you have unlocked. So if you just don't have certain card items, then you're at a distinct disadvantage because you don't have as good items or as utility items or whatever. Like I don't have the item that counters that strategy or that kind of stuff. So that's kind of dumb.
I feel Battleborn's items are pretty okay. Like they do add a bit of an advantage, but not by much if you're really skilled. Plus, if you focus on different things, like because you have your own roles, you can like destroy minions and stuff, which I always recommend beginners to do first, like focus on minions. You can win
Yeah.
the game.
Paladins, Battleborn's big thing was the like DNA level up system.
Yeah.
That's like their big selling point, I
Yeah.
felt. Also having a story mode, unlike any of these games.
Yep. I think it's still poorly optimized. I'm not sure.
The
game.
story mode? Or just the game?
Just the
What do you mean
game.
by optimized?
As in frame rates, running it on PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm looking at the Battleborn character list now. Because I remember really liking a lot of their character designs. Like I really liked Miko, the Mushroom Monk, and I really liked Marcus, like the Gentleman Robot.
Right. He's such an asshole.
I'm sure he is. I really like Reyna. But there's a bunch of new ones I haven't seen before, like Whiskey Foxtrot. So I think Battleborn's little guy and a robot might be my favorite.
The
because
penguin
he's
guy?
a penguin!
Yeah.
Oh, he's a penguin! It's so cute!
It is really cute. And he's pretty good.
Oh.
He's a pretty good character.
And he's got a spiky fist. He's the coolest looking. Just way cooler than Diva.
Actually, the character designs in Battleborn is really good. I feel like playing it again
definitely
now.
has my favorite characters, for sure. Look at Ernest. What the frick is Ernest?
Who's Ernest?
He's like an angry bird. Oh my gosh. It's like if you took
Angry bird?
Roadhog from Overwatch and made him an angry bird.
What?
That's friggin' weird looking. It's like a fat pink bird with a grenade launcher. That's
Oh,
odd.
right.
Okay, I don't like him so much anymore. I got too close. But I do like El Dragon, the Mexican luchador. Anything with Mexican luchadors gets a huge... And he's got robot arms, which, as Overwatch has proven, makes things slightly cooler.
A good player with
Not unique.
the Mexican wrestler guy will tear you up.
Hmm.
He's really annoying. He's really good at going in and disrupting your wherever you're standing.
But
He's
I
very
would
good
say
at
there's
killing you.
just as many characters between Battleborn and Overwatch as Paladins and Overwatch, which look very similar. Like in Battleborn, you have Benedict, the Hawkman, who's very similar to Flying Rocketeer from Overwatch, whatever her name is. And also, what was his name? Oscar Mike, the soldier, is clearly a Soldier 76 guy.
He's clearly
But
put
again-
there for beginners
Again,
to
I'm
use.
not doing ripoffs. I'm just saying there's clear character slots that things fall into a lot of times.
I guess, like you said, generic tropes.
Yeah, like Montana is clearly the heavy from TF2.
Yeah. So yes, let's move on
Yeah.
to the last piece of news, which
is this guy?
is about the
Cleef?
YouTubes. You guys know about this?
I know of it. I don't know a lot about it.
I pretty much just looked at the page, just kind of hear what it's about and watch the video, but
I think I saw a
it's kind
Reddit
of only as
post about
far
it.
as. And I know some YouTubers are not really
So
not.
so
really
Google
fans of it.
started a new program, I guess you can call that, called YouTube Heroes. So what it is basically
Such a douchey
crowdsourcing
name.
moderation on YouTube. So Google loves to do this. So back then I was a Google trainer. I trained teachers to use the Google apps in education stuff. They love to crowdsource everything. So like the teacher groups, the trainers.
I think it's a good idea.
Their
I'm for
support page,
crowdsourcing.
their support page is basically written by volunteers. Most of it, a lot of it. When you go to their Google apps like support pages, it will be at the bottom there written by who and expert on what kind of thing, and it's like not a Google employee.
Oh, interesting.
So it's really like I'm okay with it, but with the YouTube Heroes thing, basically they're giving power to people who join up to flag videos because
And it encourages you to do it a ton.
yes, that's the
Yeah.
It
problem.
rewards over aggressiveness.
So basically, what they're
Yeah.
saying is, so YouTube is so big that we need help from people, and we're gonna give them like pretty much arbitrary bullshit awards to do it. And
What are the rewards? didn't
Like an
see
office
it.
visit and those kind of shit things. They do it everywhere.
You get
You
They
get
have,
Google
like, you know,
merchandise, then you
you
can
can see-
advertise yourself with
I mean,
our t-shirts and
It
shit.
doesn't take much.
can try
like,
new
honestly,
products
It could
before-
literally be nothing. It could just be points next to your name, and people would love that.
Yep.
It's like, it could be Reddit Karma.
Yeah.
People would love it.
They do that with the Google Maps tour guide thing. You can put in spots on the Google Maps, like buildings and shit. You can put that. You can get points, and then you can get like office visitation. Like your office is okay. It's nothing special. Okay, like
Yeah, and you can like look at new products.
Yeah, you
like,
can
try
beta
new
test products and
before
shit.
it gets in the market. Stuff like
so.
like,
It's they love to do this, and people just eat it up. I don't get it. I really don't. It's free labor basically. But anyways,
yeah, no, that is
Google
what
is
it
saying YouTube is so big that we need help
I
moderating
mean,
the website.
people, yeah.
And
the one cool thing they're encouraging that I think is a good idea, and they're trying to get a program to get this is there is the flagging videos, which but there's also and this could get really bad with trolls, but I still think is a good concept in theory, is doing closed captions on videos.
Right.
So if you
Oh,
offer
yeah.
to put up closed captions for videos, you can get points that way too, which I think isn't a terrible idea in of itself, because I think people will. I mean, I think there could be trolls in that one, but I think overall that takes so much time that I feel like the only people who are willing to do that are the people who take it seriously.
I guess
But
that's
flagging
already a thing though.
Flagging videos.
It's just that's already a
Yeah.
thing. It's just not being rewarded for now.
Oh man.
yeah, it's true.
I don't want to spill the beans, I guess, but well, one, I'm probably not going to do this, but I would love for like April Fools or like some landmark video, like 1 million views or something stupid like that, to do a video and then just add my own subtitles and just completely different. It's just like
You're
just
gonna
its own thing.
the only people you're trolling are
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
people who can't hear.
People, I think you can set a video to play with subtitles enabled by default.
You can. Yep, you can do that.
So I would do
It's
that.
a setting you can put on it pretty easily. So yeah, you could force them to have to watch the
Because
subtitles.
Rhett and Link did something similar, where they were doing like 10 minutes of silence. And so they had this, at first the subtitles were just like a long breath, blink. It's like narrating everything that happened, and eventually it just goes off the cliff. It's like narrating, like, Link stares at Rhett with rage boiling in his eyes. He's like kind of sitting there like, the whole time, just like clearly bored.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I am very sure there will be people abusing this.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. That's what scares me.
So then
And
Google will have to
Google,
go and
YouTube
correct
does
all
not
these
have a
things.
good track record
Fix it.
with handling people abusing their systems.
Just 2 months ago, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna introduce to you our new support team. You didn't have support previously. You what the fuck?" That was like 2 months ago.
yeah, right?
I don't know how to feel about it, but giving that much power to just normal users, like, I don't know. I know it's a big site and they need help moderating it, but
Well, what does a flag actually mean? Like,
Flag.
if it's an automatic thing, like if enough people flag this, it's automatically taken down. That is clearly bad.
I think it's
Like,
because
if
they
there's
want
some
to combat.
oversight. There needs to be non-automatic oversight. I think.
You remember the I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago where they people were talking about not being able to monetize your video type of thing.
Yes.
So apparently YouTube's algorithm were detecting that automatically, and it seems they were using the tags. So what
Yes.
people did
Right.
was they just took out the controversial tags, and the video was able to be monetized again. So
Yeah.
I watched a Philip DeFranco video on this YouTube Heroes thing. He said basically this new YouTube Heroes moderate the people now. They can go to your video, and if you curse, they can flag you.
Is that James DeFranco's brother?
No.
No. Darn it, foe. But yeah, and I mean,
I don't like
there are
what
gonna
you're
be some-
talking about, flag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where do you
exactly.
draw the
Which are
line?
Like, seriously?
Because I mean,
Yeah, I
it
know.
was very vague, right? It mentions just like offensive material, right?
Yeah.
It's not like concrete
Yeah.
things like swearing. It's
no,
less
it's
like
very vague.
very subjective.
Boogie
things.
2988 couldn't monetize a video that he was talking about his own depression.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's messed
Yes,
up.
quite fucked up. He had the word
Should
depression
he be
in the title.
monetizing his own? I don't know. I was trying to be.
If that's his video,
I was trying to be
that might be
devil's
video
advocate, and I
content
couldn't even
was
carry it
talking
out.
about.
Because YouTube is just that bad.
I couldn't remember. I told you I couldn't monetize my my advertisement for my live stream for playing Undertale Genocide.
Right.
I couldn't. I could
What
not
about
monetize
History
it. I didn't
Channels?
care, but I couldn't. Right?
Are you saying the Holocaust did not happen now, YouTube?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Thanks, YouTube. Gosh, it's so.
I mean, it's
weird.
their
I'm so
platform. They
mad
can
about
do
this.
whatever they want with it.
Yes, but it's just like, really.
Quick, everyone to Daily
some of
Motion. Everyone to Daily Motion.
Fuck Daily
Oh my
Motion. I'd rather go to Vimeo. I think Vimeo is a bit better.
I'd rather go to Vimeo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just
so,
do only Tumblr gifs.
So now we're gonna be censored by the SJWs on
so
YouTube.
sorry.
Fuck. They do realize that the people who are gonna do the moderating are also the same people who leave all these stupid, dumb YouTube comments. They know it's the same people, right?
Right? Exactly. Yeah. Like everyone across the board, like there's just it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. There's just a group of people that are just trolling and stupid, and that they're gonna be ones who's moderating, and it's terrifying to me.
Like if I want to talk about vaccinations, maybe anti-vaxxers will be like, I don't like what you're talking about. Flag. I don't know.
Right? Ugh.
So basically, they want YouTube has always been this way. They let you get the brunt of the bullshit first, and then they like try to correct it in a way.
Take it
So
away.
if you were flagged,
Yeah.
but you didn't deserve the flag, they would. But it always takes them time because, like they said, it's a big site.
Yeah, guilty before innocent.
Pretty much. Pretty
I mean,
much.
that's
Sounds
kind of
like an
extreme
Ace
way to
Attorney
say it, but
trial.
it's right?
YouTube is literally Phoenix Wright in real life.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's true. It's always one-sided.
Yeah. Oh well,
But yeah, it drives me nuts.
that's annoying. But it's their platform; they can do anything
Very.
they want with it.
I know. I'm still mad about it though.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean we can't criticize him.
Yeah. No, I
think
mean
it's a
that's
bad
what
decision.
they always use. Like, it's their platform. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're just
yeah.
talking about it.
Well,
Can you
that's the
fucking
excuse
chill?
it's always
We are
used.
still gonna upload
Yeah.
this podcast onto YouTube. You know that, right? It's not like we're gonna like
Yeah, exactly.
do a hunger strike or whatever. Anyways,
Yeah, right. Oh gosh.
or set yourself on fire. Now that's fucking. Did you see that video? That monk, he instead of a
No, I
hunger
know,
protest,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like, "Fuck you! I'm
yeah.
gonna set
Yeah.
your." Ah, no, it's pretty old.
This
It's the
isn't
old one.
recently. This was a long time
Okay, I've seen
ago.
the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Crazy strength of
pretty
will.
metal.
that is crazy determination right there.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm dry. That's all I have.
I
You guys want to add anything else before we wrap up?
no, I think it's a
Things are
good.
good.
I'm pretty
Place
good.
to wrap up. Cool. Okay. So the people have been listening to this podcast now, and they think it's pretty cool, and they want to know, and they want to get more content. Where can people find you guys for that content?
Well, if you think this podcast is a pile of crap, you can come watch me on YouTube.
A bigger pile of crap.
And if you liked it, then you can find me on YouTube.
So who's the shinier turd in this scenario?
That's a good
Oh
question.
gosh. I'm
My
not gonna
stool
answer
is
that.
too loose to form a turd.
Can't even
I'm
shine
just
it.
trying to one-up it. Oh, that's a good point. Not a good point. I didn't mention my week because it's not really video game related, but I finally started going to improv again. So I did my first.
Oh, you
improv
found a new
class on
improv group.
Wednesday.
Nice.
Yay.
I did. It's actually close. It's one of the schools up in San Francisco. They just also teach a class down in Palo Alto, which is like 20 minutes
am-
from where I work.
Nice. What day is it?
Very jealous. I want
It's
to.
like a 1 day,
It's
2
on
day thing?
Wednesdays for 3 hours
Ooh.
for 6 weeks. Right now it's the 10 like so. What I was going to before spoiled me because there's just like a little workshop. You showed up, kind of did whatever for 2 hours, gave the man $15 and left. This is way more expensive. And it's a course, and it's just like it's like this is improv 101. It's like I mean I don't want to sound
I know
superior.
everything, right? That's,
But I've been
already
doing
know
it for a
this.
year.
Right.
I kind of know how to yes and things. I just want to skip. And it's all like it's like 80% moms, like literally moms, like women who like, because like, we're like,
interesting.
why are you here? Oh, because my kids are away in college and I just wanted to do a thing now. And I was like, okay. I mean, they're not bad. They're not, it's just like.
I was gonna say those are probably the funniest ones though.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they can be, but it's a 101 course, so they're still making a lot of mistakes.
Maybe they should give like a free shot to everyone, then start the improv class.
A shot of like sugar to make them hyper? What do you mean a shot?
Either I don't know, a shot of whiskey or something.
Oh, that drinking shot. Sorry, my brain. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, I couldn't tell. I was like, is he not
Shot
getting
of
the
adrenaline?
joke? Yeah, like a like a shot of whiskey or something.
No, I think you want uppers, not downers. Actually, so
Okay, give him.
when I was in
Red Bull.
Seattle, there was a guy handing out flyers for what was it called? It was some comedy event where the because it's Seattle, so marijuana is legal there. So they make but people smoke marijuana before going on stage and telling their jokes. I'm like, that is the opposite of what I want. Like, stoned drunk people are not funny. Like, the audience is the one who's to be stoned and drunk, and then you can do whatever you want. It'll be funny.
I was watching about
With drinking, it lowers inhibition, so it's a little.
That's
bit.
true.
talking about weed.
Yeah, I
actually watched
get it.
this
You
video
need to be
about
listening.
this guy from the UK, I believe. They're gonna legalize like medical
Mm-hmm.
marijuana. So he showed like the effects of marijuana on his Parkinson's. So like,
Oh, yeah.
he puts the
That's cool.
leaves, like the herbs, in a vaporizer. He smokes that. After 20 minutes, he just stops tremoring and stuff, and it's
It's a placebo.
and it's like and it's 3 hours it lasts for. I think it lasts for like 3 hours. I thought it was a cool video.
I wonder
It's really cool.
what of it makes it medicinal, and if there's a way to make it more like a medicine. Like
Like
if
a
you could make
pill?
a pill form of the thing.
They have looked into it. I can't tell you. I'm
Oh, yeah, I
not
don't
an
know.
expert,
I'm sure
but they have looked
people
into
looked
it.
into it.
But yeah, there have been some push. I mean, there are some medicines we do use that do use whatever it is in marijuana, but it's usually in smaller quantities and it's heavily regulated.
From like THC.
But there's a lot. I think it is the THC. There's a lot more that they can do though, because I mean, you mentioned Parkinson's, but it has also been shown to really help with epilepsy as well.
Right.
So and stuff like that. The ones that say it cures cancer, I'm always a little not sure about that, but I'm sure it helps relieve the symptoms.
I was gonna say, is it supposed to cure cancer or just like relieve pain kind of thing?
The problem is that I thought it was just relieve the pain. I've heard some people that honestly say the problem is that whenever you any research, you're like, oh, this thing, see, it killed off the cancer cells. The problem is that
idea
they've
of
also shown.
I don't want
the
smoking to
problem
kill
is-
cells. Doesn't sound like a great.
Well, no. It's like they say like the cancer cells like
Right.
they get smaller after usage. The problem is that they've also shown like I hate to say this, they've also shown like positive thinking can help kill cancer cells.
Sure.
So it's not just I'm not gonna say it cures cancer. You know what I mean? And so they I mean it's not like a cure
Testing
totally
stuff
cured
is
cancer
hard.
like the positive thinking, but yeah, it's a hard thing. And so, but no, I mean more it helps. But
That reminds me, kind of orthogonal. You guys want the Nobel Peace Prize, right? Well,
Yeah.
this week the Ig Nobel Peace Prize is released, which I adore. They're given to legitimate scientific work, but in kind of just weird areas. Like, I think the Ig Nobel Peace Prize for medicine went to these researchers who showed that if somebody has an itch and you put them in front of a mirror, you can scratch the opposite side of your body and you'll stop having the itch because the human brain is weird.
that's fun.
What? That is
it's just like-
that is
that's
cool. I'm gonna try
amazing.
that out.
It's very cool stuff, but for the most part,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
useless stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great
Like,
great category. Gosh,
was-
I love our world.
One was weird. It's like this guy who just like is two people. One of them built prosthetics for the other guy so he could like spend weeks just like living as a goat, like out in the wilderness or whatever. He wrote like a
What?
book about it. Yeah, look it up. Ig Nobel, 2 words. Like the Nobel Peace Prize with an
gosh.
IG in front of it.
That's amazing.
There's a great one about.
Is
my
there
favorite
prize
one.
money in this?
I don't think so.
Ah.
But some
probably not
people
official.
are really like. Most people are really like happy to get one. They're good sports about it. But some people are a little offended by it. Like, this is very serious. How dare you mock me? My life's work.
Oh gosh.
Living as a goat
The
is
art
serious.
of hunting dead flies or whatever. What?
Living as a goat.
Living as a goddess.
I looked up
Yeah.
Ig Nobel, and I can see the goat guy. He's the thumbnail.
He is the thumbnail. He went on stage wearing his Gorian prosthetics. It looks like a Cirque du Soleil performance.
Now I have to see this.
Oh, the testicle sling! I forgot about that guy.
Oh, what?
He put pants. He made a bunch of pants made out of different materials, and he put them on mice to see if the static electricity on their testicles, because he'd measured it, would affect like how much sex they had. So the idea is if you make like a ball sling and different materials,
I think I found the picture of that actually.
Oh dear.
I think it's not. I think I see like a drawing of it.
Oh yeah, probably. My favorite one. Actually, there's two of my favorite ones. My first favorite one is the Peace Prize itself, which is some people who wrote a paper on the reception and detection of pseudo-profound bullshit, which is when people make statements that sound meaningful but have no meaning at all. Like their example is wholeness quiets infinite phenomena. It just doesn't make any sense. Like you can randomize the words in the sentence and it doesn't change anything.
You know, it sounds like,
it doesn't.
You know what it sounds like, right? It sounds like those hipsters that meet at a cafe every Monday.
Absolutely.
To recite poems that they wrote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds exactly like that. We have that here as well. It is one of the things that I wish we do not get from the States. The hipsters. Too bad it's hipsters are just.
I'm sorry.
The
other one I liked sounds really hipstery, but I actually think it's really cool. A team measured, you know what I mean when I say something has brand personality? It's like, if you look at this brand, what do you think about? You think of like caring and feeling better, or do you think like masculine or whatever?
Right.
So they measured the brand personality of rocks.
Of what?
Rocks.
Rocks?
Rocks. Like stones.
Like stones. Okay.
Yeah. Like to see like what, like they show people rocks and they asked them to like talk about like the personality traits that they thought of when they saw this rock. And it's just an interesting, like, I don't know, I find that stuff fascinating. Like, this is a completely different study, but they do something like where they'd show people a little cartoon of like a triangle and a circle, and they just kind of move around mindlessly. And they'd ask people what happened. People are like, oh yeah, the triangle was cheating on the circle with the square, and they're fighting about it. Like it's like no.
Oh, I've heard about this.
It's just really the personifications of things I find really fascinating.
Yeah.
That's actually.
Oh,
it's very funny, but it's interesting.
Absolutely, it's all funny and interesting, which is the best sort of thing.
That's the best type.
I think I'm losing my mind though.
Oh yeah, and white horses are superior to black horses apparently.
Say that again.
Because. So white horses have an advantage over
we don't want to
horses.
lose all 5 of our subscribers, right? You
So white horses get cancer more because they don't reflect the sunlight as well. But apparently they bounce so much light that parasite carrying flies have a hard time seeing them. And sometimes parasite carrying flies can't distinguish the difference between like a reflective black surface and a body of water.
So white horses have lesser parasites and black horses have less cancer? Basically?
Yep.
Well then.
Right.
Okay.
That was physics because it's about light, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Got
Not
it.
perception.
Did they do a test on a yellow horse?
I've never seen a yellow horse.
I just want to know
You're terrible.
what I'm going to get. I just need to know.
Char, stop. Char, no. I think now's the time to end, guys. I think we've hit the twilight zone.
Right. So, Sarah.
Where can we find you, Foe?
YouTube.
Foehamner.
You can find me on, You can find me as Sarahscopic on YouTube, but also on Facebook and Twitter.
You can find the better version of Foehamner as Foehammer.
Yes.
I don't even know. Is that actually a real channel or something?
I'm pretty sure there's a couple.
Right.
With like different camel case spellings.
And I am Pupunoob, P-U-P-U and O-O-B, everywhere. Everywhere. And this has been the playonultra podcast, episode 67. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.